Ladies and gentlemen, I've started loving Rigathi Gachagua and his brand of politics. He's real. Rigathi is not sugarcoating anything. The other day, I think it must have been in Kiambu County, one of the defectors, MP Gabriel, was really heckled during his political rally.
Nimekuja hapa, nilikuwa full, sasa nimekuwa full. Huko nje tulipatana na shida kubwa sana, na huyo mtu alitudanganya sana. Mimi ninasema kutoka leo tuko upande wa Rigathi, Gachagua, na sasa sisi tunavaa kofia. Mimi ninasema hii kofia nitupe mbali, kuja univalisha hii na nivae hii, na mimi nimeingia upande wa DCP.
And the truth is, more UDA leaders are currently planning to defect to Rigathi Gachagua's political party. But Rigathi is wise, and Rigathi has now decided to form a committee to vet those who are defecting from UDA party to his party. And that committee is going to be chaired by none other than John Methu, the senator for Nyandarua.
Your Excellency, najua kuna veti kamati ambayo iko hapa. Mimi nimekubali tukae na hao watu waniangalie, watu wakina Morango, watu wakina Gasheri, watu wakina Thangwa, waniangalie kwa makini na waseme kama mimi nafaa. Waangalie mienendo yangu, waangalie tabia zangu. Mimi siwezi kurudi huko kwa huyo mtu alitudanganya. Alidanganya watu milioni 7. Alitudanganya tukiwa wengi. Asanteni sana watu wa Gatundu kwa kutukubali. Asante sana. Asante sana.
Kagombe sasa ametoka huko, pongezi. Mimi nimekukubali, lakini utafute amani kwa hiyo watu. Mimi sina shida. Mimi ni Mkristo. Hata wale walinifukuza kwa ofisi, I have forgiven them. Lakini pahali ya kwenda kutafuta msamaha, hapana kwangu. Ni kwa watu ya Katuka.
So the biggest question is, why do you think Rigathi Gachagua is forming that committee?
Sasa we Alice Nganga na kuomba my sister, kama huyu Kagombe ameanza kuokoka ameona ni ujinga kuchukua pesa ya Ruto kuumiza jamii yako, si ni ujinga? Wewe Alice Nganga, please, kwa nini unachukua pesa ya Kasongo? Pesa iko na damu ya Gen Z, kupatia vijana wetu waumize wa Kikuyu wenzako. Kwa nini waambii Kasongo achukue hiyo vijana apeleke jeshi awafundishe wakapigana na adui kwa mpaka? Juzi kumekuwa na passing out pale Eldoret, watu yote 60% ni jamii ya Kasongo. Hii wajumbe wanatemea na Kasongo. Wewe Kagombe alikuchulia watu wangapi? Iko mtu
For me, that's exactly what I want to try and explain to you guys, because it's significant, politically speaking, and very important for Rigathi to vet those people who are defecting. Before I do that, in case you're watching the channel for the first time, take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Allow me to ask you this question. What is your take about Linda Mwananchi rally, which took place yesterday in Homa Bay? Just one thing you can tell the people of Homa Bay before we proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to reveal to you guys why Rigathi Gachagua has announced that he's going to form the vetting committee. Number one, if there's one thing William Ruto and his government will do or are planning to do is to infiltrate DCP party. Rigathi Gachagua has intelligence, very active one. If Rigathi Gachagua could get some of those highly classified information, what about Rigathi knowing that this guy has been sent by the president to go or to join DCP for information gathering? That is the question. So Rigathi is trying to avoid that because he is a former DO, experienced hand when it comes to state power and deep state. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think, or someone was asked me, ladies and gentlemen, someone asked me today, where is Gloria Oroba? Gloria Oroba was in UDA. When Matiang'i announced his return to politics, we witnessed some drama. She joined Matiang'i. That time I was still supporting Matiang'i, and I know because I was told that the lady is probably a mole. And Matiang'i did not receive her. Then when Rigathi started showing signs of running for the presidency, Gloria, instead of working hard to persuade Matiang'i, she started appearing in press conferences of Rigathi. Again, there she was given blackout, which means Rigathi knew that this lady here is probably one of those people who have been sent to infiltrate. So to avoid infiltration, Rigathi is coming up with this committee so that if they suspect someone, they'll have an excuse that, you cannot join rather than having everybody just to join. Number two, Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. By who? Most people normally accuse ODM leaders at that time. I've always believed that if ODM leaders were to vote for the impeachment and Mount Kenya elected MPs said no, probably Rigathi would not have been impeached. So Rigathi was impeached mostly by leaders from Mount Kenya. These are the same leaders who are now defecting to his party. If you are Rigathi Gachagua, what would you do? Someone engineered your impeachment, and then people from your region supported it. And some of them were vocal, like Kagombe, or what is his name? Gigi Kagombe or Gigombe, I don't know, was very vocal about the impeachment. Now, because of election, these guys wants to join. What do? You wait for them. You form a committee. They announce, they come, the committee throws them out. So Rigathi is going to punish these people because Rigathi anachekanga. Sometimes Rigathi smiles, but the truth is inside is a little man. Number three, I also think that Rigathi wants to use this opportunity as a strategy to reward those people, those MPs who stood with him. In some of those places where sitting MPs betrayed him, there were those who were not elected, but they always stood with him. When Rigathi began his party, most of these guys refused to join. But there are people who are aspiring for seats from their constituencies who decided to stick with the Rigathi. Rigathi is going to use this opportunity to punish those who betrayed him and to reward the people who stood by him. Ladies and gentlemen. Number four, ladies and gentlemen, I also believe very strongly that Rigathi is using this vetting committee as a strategy to preempt the deadly aftermath of the defections. There's going to be serious scramble for DCP party in Mount Kenya, which means if you are to just leave everybody to join, then how are you going to deal with those who are just coming specifically for the elections? Because there are people who will come just specifically for the elections. They win the seats back, and then the next day they turn. Because remember, the 2027 presidential election is likely to be won during a runoff. What will happen if some of these MPs get or joins DCP, they win, then even before they are sworn in, some of them start opposing Rigathi Gachagua or even support William Ruto's re-election after they've been declared the winners. There's nothing Rigathi will do. So he doesn't want that situation. He wants to deal with those issues right now. And importantly, Rigathi is also keen on trying to ensure, because he knows that Ruto is waiting for him, Rigathi is going to ensure that those who will be given the DCP ticket will be loyal and credible. Loyal in the sense that they will not betray him. Because if they will betray him and William Ruto decides to deal with him, it's going to be finished. Rigathi is not going to allow that to happen. So he wants to use this opportunity to vet loyal. You must be loyal. You must prove that indeed you can be loyal. Because Rigathi is looking towards post William Ruto, not now. He wants a situation where even if he will not, because it's not going to be, okay, let's assume it's not going to be on the ballot. I've seen him saying he's going to be on the ballot, but let's assume he will not be on the ballot. In case he will not be on the ballot, the truth is he wants loyal people who will stand with him as he tried to fight to run in 2032. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.